wano tekyali campaign lwafuuka lutalo. Tuli wano tuliwo mateeka kubatiya gasi naye muswadde nnyo laba ebikolobero bye bakola. Temuggyako kamera zammwe anda ebyo byonna bagenda bikola naye tujja kuwangula. Kati kambasabe muveewo nze kansigalewo bakole ebikolobero ebyo. Nisabye Bakama, the world is watching you. We are here legally, but what you're doing to the people is against the law. That is what the Uganda police is doing. Mumuyambeko mukyalo oyo, mubayambeko abantu abafa, mubayambeko. That is what the police is doing. Mubayambeko tebafiirawo. But I'll tell you, one day we are going to be free.
Museveni, I think you got my first message. It's time for you to leave power. You've been in this country for over 30 years as a leader, but you've done nothing. Look at our roads. Look how our roads look. And you call this a capital city? When even towns up country look much better than our capital city. They are cleaner. Look at all the rubbish that is here. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the book of Matthew chapter 10, verse 26 says, "You shall fear no man, but only fear the Lord." So I will not fear you. I'm ready to die for my country. I want change to be brought to my country. So it's time for you to leave. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, I hope you're hearing me. It's time for you to leave. It's time for you to leave the seat of president in Uganda. If you look at what a hypocrite you are, the leader of Libya, the late Gaddafi, was a friend to you. He used to spend all his time in Uganda. But when he was being attacked, you could not even help your fellow African leader. What kind of leader are you? Our neighbors in Congo are dying. People are suffering, but you cannot do anything. And you claim that you've made an army. What army is that even fears you? It's time for the army to put their hands up and also say no to you. It's time for you to go. The army is supposed to serve the country, not a person. So, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, it's time for you to go. I'm willing to say my name again. My name is Kamaliza Hazel Philippa, an engineer at National Water and Sewage Corporation. But we work with sewage every day. But look at how the roads look. Look at how sewage keeps flowing on the roads every day. Kati Museveni, I'm willing to take on the job that you have failed to do.
You have been a president for over 40 years and your people are so poor. You must be ashamed to lead such a people. And this message, I don't want it to go directly to the president. I know his agents are here. You take it to him. The older you grow, the wiser you should become. And you should know that there's eternal destiny. Whether you are a believer or not, there is a being that you must account before him. And for believers, and this is God, as you grow older, Mr. President, amend your relationship with God and with the people you have wounded. The people that surround you, especially from Acholi sub-region, majority are liars. They are not for the common people. When you go deep in the villages, some people, some families cannot even afford a packet of salt. They cannot afford to send their children to school. And you have been a president for over 40 years. And your people are so poor, you must be ashamed to lead such a people. And as you come to address our leaders, I want to tell you, one, the issue of Balalo. Take it very seriously. Two, the issue of compensation. All the times of election, you come with good programs for compensation. Let this not be a Panadol for our people, but must be a real message. Our people have suffered. This message, I don't want it to go direct. They have lost their lives under the NRM leadership. They have lost their properties, and no sufficient compensation were given. We do not only want compensation for cows. Even our lives were lost. Our land were used to us displaced people. The churches, some were burned. And you made no mention of this. We want a holistic compensation that targets all the households in Acholi sub-region. In addition to cattle compensation, designate sufficient money for all the households in Acholi sub-region to the level of $30,000 for each household. Then we shall appreciate that you are for the people. Don't take the people for granted. Don't be deceived by the people that surrounds you. Don't be deceived by the powerful cars and armies they move around with.
There is no way anybody can take power from Museveni. No way. You go and hold elections, do what?
Corruption has become a way of staying in power. Museveni is in power because of corruption. Corruption of bribing MPs to change the constitution. In fact, Museveni can't speak about Parliament being now a center of corruption. A man who can go to bribe MPs to change the constitution for him to stay in power, and not once. When he was removing age limit, each NRM MP, the ones he said now have become historical, he was paying 200 million shilling. That's why he has now a budget under State House. The budget of State House 132 now, it has reduced a bit to be 180 billion for donation, classified. I don't know what is classified about a residence of a person. So therefore, Museveni is in power because of corruption. He cannot, dealing with corruption means actually getting out of power. And the reason he cannot deal with the key actors, he cannot deal with you, like Kazini said, during the probe of the ghost soldiers, there have been so many. The one of Mbabazi Salient and Yefuza, I think about 2003, 4 there, 5. Kazin told that probe committee that there is official corruption and unofficial. He said actually when the budget year ends, we have money here, we put on what he called the below the line account and we share. You see, Kazin was one of those old military men who will tell you everything as it is. Say this one we share. But there are also individuals who go and steal, who have not been asked to go and steal, like Kashak, who worked at a military rehabilitation center where they were paying soldiers returning from Congo, because at that time they are not operating account. You just go and they pay you physically. So he went on the table and picked money, filled his bags and walked away. So that kind of corruption Museveni will punish. But the official corruption that helps him to stay in power, he cannot deal with. And he can't call people to order. Because people you have asked to go and bribe on your behalf, go and give MPs money for this and that. if they take advantage and also begin stealing, you have lost the moral authority to call them to.
Thank you very much for joining. This was the last day of the campaign in Uganda, and we're expecting that maybe the citizens, the people of Uganda, will be given the right to make their own choice, but not being made by other people. Because I've tried to go through this, and it's not good, because how the oppositions are being treated by the government, by the police, the street, when they are going to just to sell their own agendas to the people. This is not a democratic, because we expected that a democracy is a process that has to give people their expression, their freedom to expression. Everyone has to come out and go to tell the people what he or she is going to do to the people. That is what we call democracy. That is what we call the constitution of the land. Because when the government or the aspirant of from the government is going to campaign, there is no chaos. There is no police tear gassing. There is no violence. But why the time oppositions are going out to campaign to the people, it becomes a problem. So this means that today in Africa we are not still sovereign people. We still don't have a freedom just among ourselves, because we always come out to speak about how we don't have freedom according to how the world is treating Africans and the black people, according to how the white are treating Africans and the black people as the second class people. But now when it comes to the Africans, and the African leaders are just treating their fellow Africans more than how the whites treat them, then this is something that must be discussed. And now I've tried to show you how the last day of Uganda's campaigning was. And we are expecting, maybe we have a lot that we are expecting, because today we are just in a countdown, some few days to election. So we are here to see if the Ugandans will come out to vote for change, or they will just come out to continue with their own leader and their own way of life in the country of Uganda. Because I've passed through several people from Uganda, and what they're talking about is something that we for sure we know that a change must come in this country, because this leader has been in power over 40 years, more than 40 years. That's long time. That is long time, man. 40 years. This means that there is some people who are born in the country of Uganda and find this man existing as their president. Up to this time, they are the people, mature people with their own families, with their children, some having grandchildren, and the same man is still ruling this country. Even if you are a good dancer, it is said that you cannot take the stage the whole time. People will get tired of you. People will be bored. So people expect new faces and new things that will make them not to get bored, not to get tired. So whether Museveni is bad or good, but we need a new face. We need a new face, because we expect that someone else will come with new ideas, with new tactics on how to build the country. Because this time when you go through the country of Uganda, there is a lot of problems. There is no hospitals. They say that the healthcare system of Uganda itself is very sick. So it needs to be recovered. And this can only be done by someone else, because this man has been there for so long, so he cannot see the problem that is in this country unless someone else come outside. He will be able to see that. That's why we are calling for the people of Uganda today that this is the time that you're having opportunity for the coming 5 years. This is the golden opportunity that you are having to make the decision if you are going to make a change, or you are going to remain who you are today. Today we are having many people who are crying out. Their families have been locked away. Some has been silenced. Some has been unalived by the current regime. And there are some people who are saying that they're okay with the current regime. So it is upon you to make the decision, because we are just coming here to give to advise or to speak about it, to give directions what is supposed to be done. But the final decision is in your hand. So it's upon you to make the decision. Every time when we see people coming out to speak about your matters, it is because we are fueling it. It is because we hate you, but we need a change. Because we are not only talking about the change of the country of Uganda, but we are talking about the change of the African continent. When one country liberates, it means that the entire continent is being liberated. Because when today you see the entire continent of Africa is speaking about Ibrahim Traore and Sahel Alliance, the entire alliance of Sahel. Why? This man just changed the life of the country of Burkina Faso. But through his actions, it gives hopes and motivation to other countries and the entire Africans. They try to see how this man is changing the life of the people and how he's changing the country of Burkina Faso. And this gives an example to other people. And they came out with the idea that we need a change, we need a liberation, we need a change to our countries. That's why people speak about Ibrahim Traore. So that's why I told you that one country, when liberated, then it gives an example. It opens doors and ways to other people. They will open their eyes to see that now these people have tried to make a decision, and now today they're enjoying their own decisions. That is what we are talking about, a change. We don't speak this because we hate. I saw the people of Tanzania, they were coming out to criticize when we were coming out to report the news and everything that was happening in that country during the election period. And because some of them, they were feeling like we were interacting with their matter so much, some telling us that we are having our own problems in our country. Why are we so concerned about their issues? They forget to know that we are Africans. We, at this time, as we are speaking about all this that's happening in our countries, we are still talking about the Africa's unity. So how can we be united if some of the parts of the African continent is being destroyed? How can we be united if we are still having the borders? If we are still fighting among ourselves as the Africans? Because through this, that's when the Westerners are taking advantage to Africans. They feel like we are not organized, we are chaotic. That's why they wake up in the morning, they make a decision, they know it's going to depress and oppress Africans. Today, like a half of African continent has been banned not to travel to America. Some has been sanctioned not to trade across the world because they take advantage through our actions. So if we cannot wake up today and make a decision, then we will never see freedom. This is the only time that we are having. We are being given chance. We only got the chance once in every 5 years or 4 years. So that's when you have the opportunity and the chance to make and decide what you want. Because at this time, it's not a point of people telling us what to do, people giving us directions, people dictating to us, but our choice has to be within ourselves. If the leader is good and he's doing good things, then you have the right to vote him back. But if you feel like he's not the person you expected, then you have the right to vote him out and make the right person to come and make a decision in your country. So the people of Uganda, all that we are doing today, we don't just want to see a crisis happening in your countries as how some has happened in the country of Tanzania, in the country of Cameroon, and many other countries in Africa. All that happened has to come to an end. We need to see a free and fair election, a peaceful election happening. This will give us hope, and this will give us motivation as Africans to know that all that we have been coming out to speak about, at least it's giving and it's bearing fruits. So it's not about hate, but we are talking just because we need a sovereign Africa, we need a liberated Africa, we need a free Africa where everyone will have the freedom to make his own decision. Just tell me what you have in the comment section if you really believe that we need a change in Africa, and if you are standing with the solidarity of the people by the people of Uganda, then share your views in the comment section. I'll make sure that I respond to each and every comment that pops in my comment section, because I am doing this not only for me, but we have to share our views so that we know what's supposed to be done and where the mistakes has to be corrected. Be blessed, Regime from Love, and I appreciate you. Be blessed, and let's connect on the next episode.